This is Radio Talk. Are there even any real friends left in this world anymore? Are they? This question is for everyone. And why would I ask this? Combined with the toxicity and high pressure of Johannesburg and the way social media replaces deep connection with shallow likes, it can feel like genuine friendship is becoming an endangered species. The transaction trap. In a fast paced hub like Joburg, many people approach networking as a ladder. Relationships become toxic when they are based on what you do for someone rather than who you are. Digital delusion. Social media gives us this illusion of companionship without the effort of vulnerability. We know what our friends ate for lunch, but we don't know if they cried last night. The convenience tax. Real friendship requires inconvenience, showing up when it's not easy. In a world of instant gratification, fewer people are willing to pay that tax. You see, and it makes it hard to find real ones, especially in a city like Johannesburg, because constantly everyone's trying to capitalize on everyone. The other day, I was trying to help out a friend and his business, and then his other friends came up to me. But the way they approached me was if I was a threat to their place in whatever dynamic in the friend group they're trying to create. It's almost as if I'm taking their spot, and they kind of approached me in a manner of, oh, this guy is competition, rather than trying to connect and establish a real connection relationship to a potential friendship in the possible line. That's how we used to work as children. As children, we didn't have an ego. We didn't have the need to compete with one another. Therefore, making friends was a bit more easier. That's why half of the real friend groups you do have in this world are very small, very limited. It's very, very hard to find someone in this day and age that is willing enough to listen to your struggles without any judgmental, without having to have put any power dynamics over each other. Shared struggle. Real bonds are often formed in places where people are working towards a common goal, non-selfish goal. Volunteer groups, niche hobby clubs, intense fitness communities like CrossFit or hiking groups. But that's not even the case anymore, because a lot of these places I've just mentioned to you, there is a competitive nature in them. There's no genuine connection anymore. It doesn't exist in these places. Low stakes, the low stakes test. A real friend is someone you can sit with in total silence without being awkward. If you feel the need to perform or curate your personality around them, then they're an acquaintance, they're not a friend. And too many of the times in this city, the people you meet, you have to perform. You have to put on a mask. You have to put on a certain level of personality traits around yourself just for them to be comfortable around you. That's what this city brews. That's why I believe this city is not real. Johannesburg is not a real city. If you watch my old video, you know, like we don't even spend enough time together. Like too many of the time, friend groups split as they get older. But it's because of the ego and the illusion of time is not with us. That's why we split. That's why we create the illusion of, no, I'm just working too hard. Ah, I don't have time. Ah, um, I'm too busy to even connect with my friend and ask them how his day is going, because there's too much time in trying to be productive and trying to get the bag. I'm trying to get the life I've always desired. But when you die, none of these things go with you. The only thing you take with you are the connections you have established on this realm. So these are just nothing but excuses, because people enjoy being distracted by negative things. People enjoy this rat race that we've created to establish a boundary, a power play, and a competitive nature between each other. And it's based on social media. You're seeing things that you feel jealous from, you feel triggered by. But that is the illusion of your screen playing with you and your emotions. If you're present enough, you will realize that the most important things in life are your connections, are the relationships you establish. But we don't even have those anymore because social media, the world is programming us to live separate individual lives because we're in competition with one another. There's a reason why the 80s, the 70s, and the 50s, the 2000 children, if you want to put it into that limit, have a better social interaction skills with the latest generation because they didn't have a lot of time on their screens. They didn't have a lot of dopamine hits, and they didn't have a lot of, let me say, distractions to distract them from what was really important, what really made their lives and what really created bond and fond memories. I know that the greatest memories I had was playing outside with a group of individuals who I considered my friends back when we didn't have anything to worry about other than just being present. And that's why children have to be protected because they still carry this element. But then when you give your child who's only 5 years old a phone and a cell phone, you ruin that character growth, that character development. And the world is just drawing distance. The world is growing separate from one another. That's why you cannot find any real friends anymore. You can't, because the construct of the world is pushing us away from creating any real companionship. That's why relationships today, it's very hard to find a real authentic partner that you can go through life with because of this topic I'm talking to you about. There is no real companionship anymore. Thank you for this video.